Creating videos requires a lot of hard work. I request you to please make sure to subscribe to the channel.
Have you ever paused to consider how just a few gentle words spoken to yourself can completely shift the direction of your day, or even your entire life? Imagine the incredible strength contained within a single thought. This isn't mere poetic reflection. It's deeply rooted in the wisdom of Stoicism, where the wise learn to transform external challenges into profound insight and resilience. Today, we're embarking on an exploration of how the Stoic practice of mindful self-talk can navigate you through life's turbulent waters and reshape your very reality. If you're someone who doubts the power of thoughts in influencing reality, this discussion may challenge your foundational beliefs, but I invite you to journey with us until the very end. Our adventure into the Stoic art of mental discipline promises not only fascinating ideas but also practical wisdom that you can apply immediately for tangible change. If you're ready to see how ancient philosophy intersects with modern psychological science to unlock a life filled with greater fulfillment and control, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Spread this knowledge with others who are also seeking personal growth and philosophical insight. Let's delve into how you can harness the power of your thoughts, not just to react to life, but to actively shape it. Stick around as we uncover these secrets together. The science behind our thoughts might feel a bit magical, but it's firmly based in neuroscience and psychology. Every thought you have, from a simple breakfast choice to complex beliefs about your capabilities, triggers your brain to work intensely, firing neurons that communicate through synapses to create neural pathways. These pathways serve as the highways of your mind, determining how you think and respond to the world. Now, reflect on how this process ties into Stoic philosophy, which teaches that it's not the events themselves that impact us, but our perceptions of them. This aligns beautifully with neuroscience. When you frequently think you're not good enough, your brain solidifies that belief, creating a well-worn path that becomes your automatic response to similar situations. But here's the empowering twist. Just as you can build a pathway of doubt, you can also forge highways of confidence. Each time you challenge a negative thought and replace it with a positive affirmation, you're not merely being optimistic, you're physically reshaping the terrain of your brain. This phenomenon, known as neuroplasticity, reveals that our brains are dynamic, continually molded by our experiences and thoughts. Stoicism encourages us to go beyond merely observing our thoughts. It urges us to actively substitute harmful thoughts with uplifting ones. Imagine you're navigating a challenging situation at work. Instead of succumbing to a cycle of stress and negativity, you can adopt a Stoic perspective, viewing this as a chance to test your resilience and adaptability. This isn't just a mental exercise, it's a way to positively influence your brain chemistry. Empowering thoughts trigger the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, making you feel more capable and ready to tackle challenges. When we discuss the science of thoughts in relation to Stoicism, we're not just talking about abstract concepts, we're addressing tangible biological changes you can initiate right now. Every positive thought you embrace is a step toward a more joyful, fulfilling life and a healthier brain. By adopting Stoic practices and understanding the science behind them, you'll realize that you're not powerless against external events. Instead, you hold the reins of your reactions and, ultimately, your happiness. This powerful realization can lead to lasting transformation rather than fleeting relief. The practice of positive self-talk involves the daily conversations you have with yourself, which can either uplift you or bring you down. Stoicism teaches that the words we use can greatly influence our emotions and decisions. This philosophy doesn't merely advocate for positive thinking, it promotes a realistic and empowered engagement with your inner dialogue. So, what does positive self-talk look like in practice? It begins with awareness, being mindful of how you converse with yourself. Are you acting as your harshest critic? If so, it's time to change that narrative. Instead of saying, "I always mess things up," a Stoic-inspired response would be, "I made a mistake, but I can learn from this." This approach isn't about sugarcoating the truth. It's about viewing your actions and their outcomes through a lens of growth and opportunity. Why is this important? Each word you speak to yourself reinforces beliefs about your identity and abilities. By shifting the narrative from critical to supportive, you're not just improving your mood, you're enhancing your self-efficacy, the belief in your ability to manage and influence life's events. This belief is crucial for achieving goals and overcoming obstacles. Implementing positive self-talk is a skill that requires practice and consistency. Start by catching yourself in moments of negativity, then pause to reframe those thoughts. It might feel awkward at first, But just as the Stoics practiced journaling and reflection to cultivate their virtues, you'll find that with regular practice, this will become a natural part of your thinking. Moreover, Stoicism doesn't stop at adjusting thoughts for comfort. It encourages us to prepare for life's inevitable challenges. When you engage in positive self-talk, you are essentially training your mind to handle stress and setbacks more effectively. By affirming your ability to navigate challenges, you lay the groundwork not just for resilience, but for thriving in tough situations. It's crucial to remember that positive self-talk isn't about denying reality. Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot change while encouraging us to focus on what we can influence. By speaking kindly and encouragingly to yourself, you concentrate on controlling your responses and mindset. This alignment with Stoic principles fosters a life that isn't swayed by external circumstances but is grounded in a strong internal foundation. The Stoics were strong advocates for harmonizing emotions with reason, believing that true contentment comes from within, not from outside influences. This philosophy aligns beautifully with the concept of emotional alignment, which aims to ensure that our emotions support our life goals and values rather than disrupt them. Visualization is a powerful tool in this process. It involves vividly picturing the desired outcome or state of being, not as wishful thinking, but as a way to mentally rehearse the steps and emotional states you want to achieve. For the Stoics, this might mean visualizing themselves handling a difficult situation with calm and composure, preparing their minds to act in accordance with their values when the moment arrives. Why is this important? Visualization does more than just engage your imagination. It activates the same neural networks in your brain that are involved in actual task performance. This means that by consistently visualizing success or a state of peace, you're conditioning your brain to follow those patterns in real-life situations. Emotional alignment comes into play when we synchronize our visualizations with our current emotional state. By bringing our emotions into alignment with our visualizations, we enhance our ability to manifest those visions into reality. For example, if you're picturing yourself delivering a successful presentation, try to also evoke the feelings of confidence and excitement you would experience in that moment. This emotional alignment is powerful. The emotions you cultivate become the fuel that drives your visualization toward tangible outcomes. ### practical applications in a Stoic manner. So how can we apply these concepts in a Stoic way? Stoicism teaches us to use reason to manage our emotions. In practice, this means using visualization not just to see the desired outcome, but also to rehearse emotionally intelligent responses to various situations. For instance, when visualizing a challenging conversation, imagine not only how you want it to go, but also how you will maintain your composure and respond thoughtfully, regardless of the other person's reactions. By combining positive self-talk, emotional alignment, and visualization, you can equip yourself to face life's challenges with confidence and clarity, embodying the Stoic ideal of a well-prepared mind. For instance, you might visualize yourself receiving tough feedback from a colleague. Imagine handling it with grace and openness instead of defensiveness or anger. This practice prepares you to remain aligned with your Stoic values of wisdom and temperance, regardless of external circumstances. Regularly practicing emotional alignment and visualization can transform these exercises from mere techniques into integral parts of your daily routine. Similar to the Stoic practice of morning and evening reflections, these reflections help ground you in your philosophical principles and prepare you for what lies ahead, while also providing a sense of closure at the end of the day. Stoicism teaches the importance of seeing the world as it truly is, not merely as we wish it to be. This doesn't mean dwelling on the negative. Rather, it's about embracing a clear-eyed view of our circumstances, which informs how we can respond most effectively. When discussing the acknowledgement of reality in the context of self-improvement, we often confront our own biases and preconceived notions. It's easy to fall into the trap of either overly pessimistic thinking or excessively optimistic daydreaming. A Stoic aims to find the rational middle ground, recognizing the true nature of each situation. This involves clearly seeing challenges and obstacles while also recognizing the opportunities for growth. For example, if you're experiencing a tough period in your work or personal life, acknowledging reality means admitting to these challenges without sugarcoating them. However, this acknowledgement is not just negative. It aligns with the Stoic concept that the obstacle is the way. This idea, popularized by Marcus Aurelius, suggests that every obstacle offers a chance to practice virtues like patience, resilience, and creativity. When you acknowledge the reality of your situation, you can also ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can this strengthen me? This process is deeply empowering, shifting your perspective from passivity, where things happen to you, to one of agency, where you use your circumstances as tools for your own growth. It's about actively engaging with reality, not merely enduring life's storms, but learning how to navigate them skillfully. This engagement involves a dialogue between what is happening around you and your internal responses. Moreover, acknowledging reality in a Stoic sense also includes preparing for future scenarios. This is where the practice of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, comes into play. Stoics often visualize potential difficulties and setbacks to prepare themselves emotionally and practically. By combining positive self-talk, emotional alignment, and visualization, you can equip yourself to face life's challenges with confidence and clarity, embodying the Stoic ideal of a well-prepared mind. The Stoics understood that virtue isn't merely a theoretical idea. It's something that must be practiced consistently to hold real meaning. Similarly, when we talk about building new habits or shifting our mindset, consistency is the key that unlocks true transformation. It's about committing to small actions day after day until they become ingrained in who we are. Imagine you're trying to improve your physical health. If you only visit the gym once a month, real progress is unlikely. The same principle applies to mental and emotional habits. Whether that's practicing gratitude, engaging in positive self-talk, or developing any psychological skill, regular practice is essential. Each action you take reinforces the neural pathways associated with that behavior, making it easier to repeat, just as a river carves a path through rock over time. Consistent thoughts and behaviors shape the neural pathways in your brain. For the Stoics, the daily practice of virtues like discipline, courage, and wisdom was akin to spiritual training. They often likened their philosophical practices to the training regimen of an athlete. Just as an athlete must train regularly to maintain peak physical condition, a Stoic must engage in their philosophical disciplines daily to sustain their moral and mental fitness. This is where the concept of ascesis, disciplined practice, comes into play. It's not about harsh self-denial, but rather about establishing routines that align with our values and strengthen our character. In modern terms, forming new habits requires consistency due to the compound effect. Small choices and actions, when made consistently over time, yield significant results. If you want to cultivate a more positive outlook, for example, you need to integrate practices that foster positivity into your daily routine. This could be as simple as starting each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for, or consciously replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations whenever they arise. For instance, you might visualize yourself receiving tough feedback from a colleague. Imagine handling it with grace and openness instead of defensiveness or anger. This practice prepares you to remain aligned with your Stoic values of wisdom and temperance, regardless of external circumstances. Regularly practicing emotional alignment and visualization can transform these exercises from mere techniques into integral parts of your daily routine, similar to the Stoic practice of morning and evening reflections. These reflections help ground you in your philosophical principles and prepare you for what lies ahead, while also providing a sense of closure at the end of the day. Stoicism teaches the importance of seeing the world as it truly is, not merely as we wish it to be. This doesn't mean dwelling on the negative. Rather, it's about embracing a clear-eyed view of our circumstances, which informs how we can respond most effectively. When discussing the acknowledgement of reality in the context of self-improvement, we often confront our own biases and preconceived notions. It's easy to fall into the trap of either overly pessimistic thinking or excessively optimistic daydreaming. A Stoic aims to find the rational middle ground, recognizing the true nature of each situation. This involves clearly seeing challenges and obstacles while also recognizing the opportunities for growth. For example, if you're experiencing a tough period in your work or personal life, acknowledging reality means admitting to these challenges without sugarcoating them. However, this acknowledgement is not just negative. It aligns with the Stoic concept that the obstacle is the way. This idea, popularized by Marcus Aurelius, suggests that every obstacle offers a chance to practice virtues like patience, resilience, and creativity. When you acknowledge the reality of your situation, you can also ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can this strengthen me? This process is deeply empowering, shifting your perspective from passivity, where things happen to you, to one of agency, where you use your circumstances as tools for your own growth. It's about actively engaging with reality, not merely enduring life's storms, but learning how to navigate them skillfully. This engagement involves a dialogue between what is happening around you and your internal responses. Moreover, acknowledging reality in a Stoic sense also includes preparing for future scenarios. This is where the practice of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, comes into play. Stoics often visualize potential difficulties and setbacks to prepare themselves emotionally and practically. This isn't about fostering pessimism, but rather about reducing future shocks and ensuring that your responses are thoughtful and measured. In practice, this means not shying away from the potential challenges ahead, but confronting them head-on with a plan and the confidence that you can manage them. This approach cultivates profound resilience, as you're no longer easily rattled by unforeseen issues. You've already considered and prepared for them mentally and emotionally. By adopting these Stoic principles, you not only improve your capacity to face life's challenges, but also enrich your overall well-being and personal growth.
Habit formation isn't just about the actions you take. It also involves the environment you create to support those habits. The Stoics emphasize crafting environments that minimize temptations and distractions. This is akin to removing junk food from your home if you're trying to eat healthier. If you want to develop better mental habits, consider limiting your exposure to negative influences, whether that's certain media or relationships that don't support your growth. The challenge, of course, lies in maintaining these practices when initial enthusiasm fades or when life throws obstacles your way. This is where the Stoic qualities of endurance and patience come into play. Stoicism teaches us to expect and accept challenges in any meaningful endeavor. Consistency, then, is not just about sticking to your practices when it's easy. It's about committing to them even when the going gets tough. This resilience allows you to continue your journey of growth and self-improvement, reinforcing the habits that will ultimately lead to a more fulfilling life. Resilience is essential for maintaining habits, especially when times get tough. Remember, the goal of habit formation in the Stoic sense isn't just to achieve external success. It's about becoming a better, more fulfilled person. It's about aligning your daily actions with your deepest values, transforming not just your behaviors, but your very character. This concept is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, which teaches us that our words and thoughts shape our experiences and reactions. Stoicism doesn't merely advocate for enduring hardship. It encourages us to transform adversity into opportunities for personal growth and fortitude. Let's explore how positive speech builds resilience. In the Stoic view, words are more than mere sounds or symbols. They express our judgments and pave the way for our actions. When we speak positively, especially about ourselves and our ability to face challenges, we're not just boosting our mood in the moment, we're training our minds to see adversity as manageable and temporary. This kind of speech reinforces the belief that we possess the power and skills needed to overcome obstacles, which is crucial for developing long-term resilience. Consider a situation where you encounter a significant setback. If your immediate reaction is to say, "I can't handle this," you frame the situation as beyond your control. However, by adjusting your language to reflect Stoic principles, saying something like, "This is a challenge, but I've overcome challenges before," you reshape your perception of the situation. This doesn't just help you feel better, it actively engages your problem-solving abilities, encouraging a constructive response rather than a defeatist one.